What is this tool about 8 inches in diameter I found in Quebec? It is made of steel and wood, it has a spring-loaded plunger in the middle, and it is stamped with the date November 29th, 1890. It looks much too big to be an apple coring device and a weird shape for a pineapple, but about the right size. Any ideas? It's an antique laundry agitator. Normally, agitators are held with both hands, one on each end of the crossbar, and vigorously pressed up and down on top of the clothes in a wash tub, with an oscillating action to swirl them around at the same time. I've never seen one like this before, but looking at it, I'd guess that maybe the spring-loaded part is a one-way valve of some sort, so that the clothes get pressed against the grid at the bottom with the downstroke, which would then force the water directly through them, then sucked upwards with it on the upstroke, and one would pull on the ring to release a garment and start on another one. What is this thing I found diving in the west coast of Ireland, next to some old military bunkers? It's got a hole going through the length of the object, with the end tapered. It's not that heavy, it doesn't seem to be metal, and it has writing stamped on the side that says, C. Conrad T. Nuremberg, marker 1909. I've searched the internet high and low and still no information, so here I am. Any help is appreciated. It's a carbon electrode for an anti-aircraft searchlight. During the Second World War, large and powerful searchlights with carbon arc lamps were used by the military, for example, in air defense as a supplement to anti-aircraft guns, as markers for artillery, and as searchlights for ships. These searchlights were available in standard versions with parabolic mirrors measuring from 60 to 200 centimeters in diameter, which were silver-plated on the inside to be highly reflective. They had an arc lamp made of 2 pressed tungsten carbon rods in their focus. The parabolic searchlight was closed at its front opening with heat-resistant quartz glass in the form of a round cover and could be opened up to replace the carbon rods and for maintenance. The arrangements required a high electrical output of approximately 12 to 15 kilowatts, which was generated by petrol or diesel-powered units, or by a generator on board a truck carrying the searchlight with its traction motor. I found these boxes in the attic of a house I recently purchased. There are about 8 of them dated from 1979 to 1984. Any idea what they were or what they might have carried? These are Assam tea crates that were used to ship tea from the Harucharai tea estate in Assam, India. Growing up in London in the 80s, these seem to be about a lot. We used to play with them all the time. I think about them occasionally and would love to have some now. People will give you pretty good money for them. I came across this gravestone in Hot Springs, North Carolina, while hiking near a cabin I rented. I'm curious about what this says, or what language it is. Translation apps aren't showing any results. Thanks. I don't think this is another language. I'm guessing the person who built this didn't know how to spell. Probably very common back in those days. The first 2 lines say Margaret Johnson, the third line says was born, and I couldn't read the rest. But after a few more searches, I found her on Find a Grave. Her name is Margaret Waldroup Johnson. She died at the age of 44 in January 1898 and was buried in an Oddfellows graveyard. What is this wooden object with 2 small holes and 1 large hole found in a book lover's raffle basket? It's definitely new wood, not well worn, and about 1/2 inch thick. I tried reverse image searching, but I had no luck. What would something like this be used for? It's a wooden cat book holder. I have one exactly like it. My sister-in-law got it for me for my birthday. You put your thumb in it, and while holding the book in one hand, it keeps the pages spread. It's much comfortable than using my pinky and thumb to hold my book open while reading. I suffer from carpal tunnel and arthritis in my fingers and wrists, so it helps to just hold it by the thumb through the circle instead. What is this wooden thing that looks like a stamp? Bought at a flea market in Pennsylvania. It possibly could have something to do with cooking or baking. It's made completely of wood, besides from the nail holding the knob on. It looks old, but it feels pretty solid and well made. I Google lensed it, but I couldn't find anything that looked like it. What do you all think? It's a plunger for a hand-cranked nut grinder, made in Sweden in the 1950s. This brought back memories. We had this grinder in the 60s, and I used to love to grind almonds for Christmas baking. I am Norwegian, by the way. I just found this on my mother's kitchen table. It's made of metal and around 17 to 18 centimeters long. Does anyone know what this could be used for, or what it might be called? It's an old gimlet from the 19th to the early 20th century. It's a hand tool for drilling small holes, mainly in wood, typically for pre-drilling screw holes to prevent the wood from splitting when the screw is driven. But they can be used anywhere a small, neat hole is required. At the tip of each gimlet is a fine screw thread that bites into the wood and draws itself into the timber. We found this large metal object buried in the woods by our house in rural Virginia, in the Shenandoah Valley. It's about 4 feet tall and cast iron. We ate the banana, the cat was uncooperative, so sandal was the next best option. Does anyone know what it is? It's the capstan from a steam donkey. These were large winches used for moving felled trees out of the woods in the late 19th to early 20th century. Most likely not from commercial activity, and possibly remnants of the 1930 wildfire. What is this tool with serrated hooks at the end that contract when pulling the two parts of the handle together? This was found in an old shack, and my estimate of the age is 70 to 100 years. Even the older generation in my hunting team, who normally know all about these kinds of old tools, are stumped, but their guess is that it was used by lumberjacks. The tool has no obvious markings that I can see, and it seems too weak to really be used for gripping and pulling logs. I have Googled for old lumberjack tools, and old tools in general, but have had no luck. I have tried reverse image searching as well, but nothing. Any ideas? Please let us know down in the comments. Thanks for watching. Let's make life fun.